You're very welcome back. You're watching the last ever Daily Rundown with me, Fiona Fox. I've now been joined by the fantastic Mr. David Semple and Stephen Durant. Hello, gentlemen.
Hello.
Hi. It's so nice. It's nice to see you both in here. You're kind of like almost like our political correspondents, I think. I know
nice to be thought of that way.
You like to get into a good, juicy kind of debate, don't you? You like taking opposing sides and stuff and shaking hands at the end of it.
That's it.
That's why we have you guys for this story.
Thank you.
Let's go into this one.
What do we agree?
Oh, well then, back to the drawing board. The UK is starting to be seen as a divided, hostile and narrow-minded country since its vote to leave the EU, Andy Burnham has warned. In his last conference speech as Shadow Home Secretary, Mr Burnham accused the government of planning a hard-line right-wing exit from the EU. He said Labour must fight for a fair Brexit that addressed immigration concerns and protected the UK economy. The government said it would make a success of leaving the EU, but Mr Burnham, who is running for the Greater Manchester Mayor's role, told Labour conference he was stepping down from the Shadow Cabinet to concentrate on his campaign. So, who wants to go first? What do you think?
I'm going to butt in if it's all right.
Go ahead,
I know we're short on time. In terms of Brexit, I think it's fair comment that the Labour Party and the Conservative Party and most other parties, apart from perhaps the Lib Dems, are clueless. So, Lib Dems' position is clear, they want to stay in anyway, so they're actually not clueless. But pretending that people have got a clue what's going on is a bit farcical, and it's been that way for some months. David might contradict me on that. I'm more interested in this divided society concept, and I don't think Brexit created it. I think Brexit brought it to the surface. Right. I think it's been growing for years. I think there's so much nastiness, bitterness, hollow rage. The stuff within the Labour Party has shown it, and the levels of rancour with which people just throw, on social media especially, it's just really, really profoundly depressing. And it's not a nice note to end this kind of thing on, because local media ought to be, and often is, a much more positive influence on things. But social media and national media and tabloid media is just centred around, like I say, rancour and bitterness. And I have ideas about how to improve on that, but I don't know if I can get them across in 6 minutes.
Thanks for that, Stephen. David, as you, Stephen's already predicted you're going to disagree.
Certainly, like I when I was in Australia about 4 years ago, I read an article by a New York Times guy about the rage happening in Britain. People were like losing their temper on buses, getting angry. Yeah. This is the country where everybody was pretty laid back or stiff upper lip 50, 60 years ago. They kept it, just kept it in the pub. And it's true, the country's been changing for 20, 30 years in that respect. Whether we're a divided country, I don't know. I think we're 65, 66 different million people, all have different opinions. I think the politicians are divided and sometimes clueless. I think with regard to Brexit, the Conservative Party is massively divided. And you've got three ministers, you've got a Prime Minister who has no vision for it, and three ministers arguing for different types of it. And you don't know what's going to happen because you don't have the leadership saying this is what we're going to do. You instead have Bojo's one thing, and then you've got Liam Fox and David Davis having different visions.
They didn't know beforehand. That what bothers me is that they clearly didn't have a plan B in the first place, and the opposition has had no position to generate any consensus amongst itself, because they weren't even allowed to have meetings, and they were all spying on each other and calling each other Nazis or something and all that kind of business. So there was no plan B. Theresa May was very high in government when presumably this should have been discussed around the Cabinet Office. What if?
No, because Cameron didn't think he'd lose the referendum.
So you're saying it didn't come up? Oh, as far as I know, it didn't.
Knowing these people and knowing that this generation of management consultant politicians, yes, I honestly think they thought they'd won it.
Do you think so?
That's not an excuse for not having a contingency. That's no excuse for not having a plan B.
I know.
We do have to wrap it up. So just a final word on that. You'd agree with Andy Burnham, or you don't necessarily think it's come from Brexit?
I don't think it's just Brexit. I think Brexit is a manifestation of it.
I think Andy Burnham's a bit of a fake lefty at the moment. Wait till he gets to Manchester and becomes like the right-wing mayor of Greater Manchester and upsets everybody at the town hall.
He'll be more establishment than he claims. He's more right-wing than he's letting on.
The city.
Great, guys. Thank you so much. Pleasure as ever. You can fight that out now. Now, the Daily Rundown has seen its fair share of guest interviews. Some great, some not so good. But here's a few of the interview section's best bits. I have to say, I have to just kind of get this out here because I'm so full of adrenaline. I'm super excited to have you here, an actual astronaut. You probably get this all the time though, do you? Do people get a bit silly over astronauts in general?
Some people do.
I'm joined now by our regular Dr. Doolittle, the excellent Andrew Grantham from Animals Intuition. You're not
Oh, lovely.
You go with her feet with quite a strong, very, very strong, powerful leg.
Yeah.
With.
Oh, what's this one?
Whoa!
I think what you just described there, Dan, as well, it really, really sort of shows the reality of that age group of women, isn't it? You know, they're grandmothers.
Oh my God. There you go. She'll sit there until I tell her to move. She's very well behaved, she's very aware of fears. And animals have a sixth sense.
She looks like she's going to jump though. She's not going to jump.
No, we can't.
Through that door, now we both crammed into the same compartment. Didn't really.
Endeavours as well. And Kieran, you're going to bring us into the ads, I believe, with another song. This is one of your own, is it?
Yeah, this one I wrote. This is one. I hope you like it. All of the she can envision a white dress position.
So not so good, but it's good. It's all good training, I think, you know, for a live TV presenter. Right, we're going to pop out to the green room and see how Adam Earl's getting on. Hello, Adam.
Hello there, we are back in the green room or office, and as you can see, we're really getting into the party spirit. Well, I am, these guys aren't, but fear not. I've got some party hats, guys. Put on some party hats. Here we go, let's take that. Go on, pass them round. Right then, yeah, here we go. Let me get in the middle, because we're going to talk some talk. This looks great, look at this, fantastic. Look at all them party hats.
Yeah, well,
so
we should talk very seriously about politics as we normally do. Absolutely.
That is exactly what I'm going to ask you. Not. How are we doing? Are we okay?
All right, good. Yeah, yes.
Enjoying yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, now we've done our little bit. That we're on the V now.
Good. Let's come over this side. Stephen, how are you doing?
Not too bad. Feel a bit silly with a.
You look beautiful. You look great.
Well, thank you very much. I don't believe you in the slightest, but I'm going to trust you. And if you're wrong, I'm going to hurt you.
Don't worry. You look great. Ian, how are you doing?
I'm okay. I'm on the wine already, so you know.
Good man. Now, I want all your honest opinions. What's been your favourite part of coming on this show? Anyone first, Loz?
Well, it's actually been all the and finallys have been the nicest. I mean, it's been great to actually get sort of teeth into some serious issues, but it's what's brilliant is also you don't know what's coming up, so it's also all right. Okay, somebody's made a £900 kebab. Talk about that, and you go, okay, right, just got to do it, which is fantastic.
Fantastic, Maddie.
Honestly, I loved it when I was on with Stephen because he was so funny and it was great because we just got to really have fun the whole time. And normally I'm really serious, like let's talk about women's issues, but that time I could just make jokes as well. Fantastic. And it was like, wow, there's more than one side to my personality.
Brilliant. Stephen, what's your favourite part?
Well, my favourite part was the photo that Fiona Fox sent me in relation to my last appearance on this show, and I will retweet that on Twitter because it is pre-Watershed, but it was fantastic. That, and also telling Dan Morfitt that he looked like an awfully well-fed Gary Bushell.
Fantastic.
That was quite enjoyable, yeah. That was
excellent. Thank you, guys. Just before we go, let's just take a cheeky look in here. This is the gallery. This is where it all goes on. This is where producer Jack and TD Connor are currently directing from. Here they are. Give us a wave, lads. Give us a wave.
Hello.
Excellent. And by the power of door, if we just go through here, we can see Fiona and the rest of them. Look at them. that's what you do. There you go. Live door. That's the live door. That's brilliant. Let's come back out of here now. Come on. Let's back out. Come on, cameraman. So yeah, we'll come back to you now, Fiona. So yeah, that's how we work.
Oh, thanks very much, Adam. They're having fun out there anyway.
Of course.
I feel bad
There's
holding
more
you
than
back
one
in
door
here.
out there, you know.
He could end up anywhere. Just quickly, Adam was just asking how they, what was their sort of favourite bits. Just kind of quickly, what were your favourite bits about coming on the show?
Same one for me, isn't it?
For us both, we did a 4.5-hour stint with Joe producing and presenting.
Yeah.
He did a magnificent job for the Oldham by-election.
Yeah.
And I
last
think the news,
autumn.
And it just went on for 4.5 hours.
We just had to keep going and talking about
we got
politics,
free
and it was
pizza too,
it was easy.
But as I was about to say though, you guys just in your elements. I mean, this suits you guys down to the ground,
But I was
We
really
loved it.
when the referendum was on, I was really, really ill, so I couldn't. But I think we'd have banged out that one as well.
That kind of that would have been like the marathon to your half marathon, I guess, wouldn't it? The referendum.
Well,
one.
my neighbour thinks Stephen's the smartest guy in the show, and I get on with him all the
Oh,
time.
you've got all guards.
Not if I do that to the microphone. I'm
Both
not.
of you.
The others are all great, but she liked him the most.
You've both
David,
been
that's so
fantastic
flattering.
guests. Thank you so much for joining us over and over and for coming back. We're going to
Pleasure.
go for another break
Indeed.
now. Don't go anywhere. We've got lots more coming up before we finish this final daily rundown. See you soon.